As I zoom down, I'll show you the hook here. Just east of Lafayette, we have to watch this little nose here, and this is starting to develop here and push to the east. So again, we're going to be watching for this. It is moving east at about, let's see how fast, 40 to 45 miles an hour, I believe. And yes, Shelby, are you saying something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 50 miles.
50. Okay, so 50 miles an hour, located in Lafayette. And again, they did pull the tornado warning trigger again for this. This is that same storm that already produced what we just showed you, that tornado over in Davidson County. It did damage over in Hendersonville, where My is, and it also did damage in Gallatin that we know of so far. So again, moving at 50. So if I track this out for you, this is going to be moving from Webtown. You've got less than a minute, Webtown. You need to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Do it right now. Then Sycamore Valley, this will be at 5:52 for you. Draper's Crossroads, 5:53 for you. Red Boiling Springs, 5:57 for you. Walnut Shade, 6 o'clock. Miles Crossroads, 6:05. And then 6:06, this is going to be in Cherry Crossroads. So just a heads up, folks. Again, moving north and east at 50 miles an hour. Does not give you a lot of time to prepare. So if you see your street or you see your town on this map right now, I need you to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. I'm going to zoom down to some streets just to tell you exactly where this would be at. And this is over in Macon County right now near Days Road, Bradley Hollow Road, Colleytown Road, Hargis Lane, near Austin Road, White Oak Creek Lane, near, I would say even Red Boiling Springs Road, Union Camp Road. And this is again moving towards Browns Road here. As you can see, this is the area of concern. We're watching this storm here, now tornado warned. Yes, what were you going to say?
I can go ahead and give you some more landmarks.
Yes, please do.
So this storm is currently sitting closer to Macon County High School, Junior High School, and Daisy Dukes Dance Hall. Now it's going to continue to move over, getting closer to Webtown Propane Company, Longford Church, Coley's Market, Coley Herefords, Bray Cemetery, Hilltop Missionary Baptist Church, Calvary Baptist Church, Dressed by MC, Draper's Crossroads Church of Christ. And then as it gets closer to Red Boiling Springs, it's likely to get closer to Mike's Food Value, Dollar General, Citizens Bank, Macon EMS Station 2, Red Boiling Springs City Hall, Baby Nov, if I said that, Baby Nov, USA, and then we've also got Amore's Red Boiling Springs, excuse me. Now I want to tell you that we did just get a flood advisory for Cheatham, Davidson, Macon, Robertson, Sumner, and Trousdale counties.
Okay, that's good to know too, Head Shelby. I'll bring that on real quick here so everyone can see that and where everything is. Now we've got the tornado warning too. That's very active right now. It's just loading there. There you go. So we've got the flood advisory up. So remember, turn around, don't drown in Davidson, Robertson, Sumner, and Trousdale County because we've got flooding ongoing. We do need the rain. And by the way, over there, that I believe that's still Hendersonville damage, correct? Just making sure we're showing the live picture. Okay, so that's Hendersonville damage. That's where My Owens is currently. So want to make sure you're aware of that. We've got the flood advisory. Also want to point out this. We got the tornado watch. I don't know if it's till 10 or 11. Do you guys know that? But I can tell you it's getting chipped away for counties. You can see
the counties that are left now, it's going to be 11 p.m. I'm pretty positive.
11?
Maybe some are 10, but most of them are 11.
Okay, so 11 p.m. for areas to the east, but notice north and west, you're good to go. That being said, Clarksville, not necessarily good to go because you had a lot of damage earlier today from that tornado that ripped through your area. So at least you're safe tonight for the rest of the night. That being said, we can't let our guard down if you live in some areas in particular here, especially where that tornado warning is. Okay, so we've got severe thunderstorm warnings now here. I'm going to show you these real fast. We've got several. We've got this one here that just flashes. It's from Hickman, Lewis, Murray, and Williamson County here. You can see this one here. That's a severe thunderstorm warning, wind gusts to 60, quarter-inch hail being reported. Now this one is moving towards Santa Fe, moving to Spring Hill. Franklin, Brentwood, Nashville, you've got heavy storms, but nothing severe yet. But Franklin, that can be moving towards you. We've also got this one down here that I want to point out over in Lawrence County that had the tornado possible, still has the tornado possible tag in, so we'll have to watch this one just to the north of Etheridge here, moving over 43. Does have wind gusts to 60, also has some hail being reported with that one. And then finally, want to make sure we have a radar tour here. We've got Wayne County under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:15 for wind gusts of 60 and quarter-inch hail, and there's one down to the south. So those are the southern stream, but here's the northern stream. And this is the one that we're really concerned with right now because this is the one that already spawned the tornado over in Gallatin and Hendersonville, that large violent tornado. We had the tornado emergency for the Gallatin area. So looking at this right here, this is Lafayette, there's Red Boiling Springs. Looking at the radar here, trying to find the greens, reds, hard to tell exactly where this is, but my guess is it's, if you're looking at it here, let me look into this. Is there something going on around Red Boiling Springs, guys? Are you?
I'm worried that we may be starting to get a little bit more debris showing up. If you go to, the debris tracker there, and that's lining up with your red next to the green. I know we get a lot of noise. A lot of times when we try to show you this correlation coefficient or debris tracker, as we call it, you get all this noisy stuff. But if you can find it concentrated, and if it's concentrated right where the red and the green are next to each other in the velocity mode, then that's usually debris. And it sort of looks like we might be seeing it again. I hope not.
I really hope not with that either, but that's what I'm saying is you look at, I'll show you Max 1 real fast. You can see that there. I'm circling it. It's really on the west side of Red Boiling Springs. And if you look at, where these bright
right
reds and bright greens are, this is where it would be, which is right where it would be. So Red Boiling Springs, please, folks, I need you to take your tornado precautions again. I'm not saying, it's hard to tell, but if there's a tornado on the ground, it would be near Long Hungry Road, Heady Ridge Road. It would be near Jimtown Road. It would be near Whittaker Circle, King Hill Road. It's going directly into downtown Red Boiling Springs, Old Lake Road, Lafayette Road, Bennett Hill Road, Hippie Hollow Road, Heady Ridge Road, Maxey Bluff Road, Old Lake Road, Gamelia Road, Salina Road, Nixon Road, and then it would be Walnut Shade Road that it would be heading towards. So that's what it looks like right there if I'm looking at it. Hard to tell, though, with the radar, because then here it is, on the radar, but probably right in here somewhere.
And Danielle, I've got a few spots for you. You're right.
ahead.
It looks like it's going to go right over Red Boiling Springs, the downtown area. So it looks like it's going to pass over Main Street. Some spots on the sides of Main Street include RBS Market, Andrew Eaton Robinson's house, Whitley Hollow, Bilberry Park, Red Boiling Springs Football Field, Red Boiling Springs City Park, Red Boiling Springs Church, Witcher Hollow, Armours, Red Boiling Springs, Portland Housing Authority. It looks like we could get closer to Red Boiling Springs Elementary. So all of these spots I feel like are big spots in town that people should know, and that's exactly where this tornado warning is going to cross right over.
Okay, and that's good to know too. So, so we're watching this really carefully here. Now as you look at the debris, it's kind of harder to make out where it would be because it looks like it's almost expanding a little bit more. But there's definitely some bright, right over Red Boiling Springs, there's something going on right here. That's a little concerning. But then if you look at the radar, it's a little bit back further. So it's hard to tell. But here's what I would tell you. If you're in Red Boiling Springs, get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. If I continue this on the path, here's where it's headed. It's headed east-northeast at about 50 miles an hour. So Red Boiling Springs basically on top of you right now. Prosperity, it's already on top of you. Bakerton going to you next at 6:03. Miles Crossroads 6:07. And then it would be in Salina at 6:23. Thompson Store at 6:28. And then Holy Creek Marina at about 6:30 in the evening. So again, this is the one cell that we are really concerned with here. We have the tornado warning with it, and that tornado warning is in effect until 6:15.
And Danielle,
yep, go ahead.
Just letting you know that the chat is now saying that there's tightening at the low-level rotation on Highway 13 in Wayne County. So that's way farther down south, closer to the Tennessee and Alabama state line, between Waynesboro and Collinwood.
Okay, so right in here.
Looks like that's tightening up. Yep.
Okay, so here is the severe thunderstorm warning that Shelby just mentioned between Waynesboro and Collinswood. Let's look at there we are. We're starting to see it. That does not look good. Okay, so that's just south of Waynesboro. There's the greens, there's the reds. This is a severe thunderstorm warning right now, but we're seeing tightening. Green wind going to the radar, red wind going away. When you see it linking up like this, that's where that possible tornado would be. So it's just south of Waynesboro. It's just north of Collinwood. You can see there's 64, there's 13. So it's on the east side of 13, would probably push over 64 and head that way and really actually head into Lawrence County next. So we have to watch that one as well. Because that is a concern there. And it looks like we just got another severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be for southern Kentucky. So again, lots of storms to watch. This one in particular, we're getting a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. It looks like, yep, they're continuing. Yep, go ahead.
That report that Shelby was giving you a moment ago about seeing more rotation in Wayne County, our weather service here in Nashville, in response to that, is now issuing a tornado warning for Wayne County. They're going to be putting out a tornado warning for Wayne County, and it also includes Lawrence County. So tornado warning coming out for the storm in Wayne County, also including Lawrence County. So it's not out this moment, but it's coming out during the next minute or so.
Okay, and just so you know, what about the, I just saw it come out, I'm going to show you
Yeah.
that. The one up, if you can look at that one, because it looks like they replaced it with a severe thunderstorm warning, but I don't know if they're continuing that tornado warning. If you can look into that one around Red Boiling Springs, I'm just curious about that one. But I'm going to go down to Lawrence and Wayne real quick. If you can just look and see, because it looks like there's a severe thunderstorm warning now. This is the tornado warning for this area here. Again, this is for Lawrence and Wayne counties. They're saying that the rotation, is tightening up. I will show you it here on, Storm Tracker Radio Network with our Velocity product here. And it's literally right between Waynesboro, right between Collinwood, right in here where the tornado warning is. Green wind going to the radar, red wind going away. When you see it touching, linking up like that, that's where the tornado is. Now, again, it's Doppler radar indicated for now. However, we've noticed today, it starts that way and then it hits the ground. So we need to start taking our tornado precautions. If you're south of Waynesboro right now, start taking your tornado precautions. Collinwood, north of it, take your tornado precautions. If you're east of 13 and south of 54 or 64, do it right now. I'm going to look at debris tracker, nothing yet on that. But we are watching this cell. So as I zoom into it and get down to some streets here, again, this is going to be, just so I give you kind of perspective here, there's Wayne, there's Lawrence County. Let me circle it. Let me do a storm tracker on this because I believe, too, this is going pretty quickly. Once again, down here, it's moving at 45 miles an hour. So 45 miles an hour, it is moving. And I want to make sure people are aware of this. So let's put a storm tracker, because my southern counties haven't had much yet in terms of tornado warnings. So here we go. Here we go. This is going to be over Shawnette at 5:59. It's literally on top of you. I would tell you to get down, lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Do it now, Shawnette. You don't have time. Sims Ridge, not much time either, about 5 minutes or so. Spring Creek, 6:14. Lawrenceburg, you got less than 20 minutes until it comes over you at 6:22. Etheridge, 6:26. Three Oaks, 6:29. And then Campbellsville, it'll be at 6:37. In Riversburg, that's going to be about 6:42. And wow, look at that damage right now where Maya's in Hendersonville. It's raining on it, but look at that damage. That does not look good at all. Okay, real fast is again, let me zoom down to some streets here. So I showed you where it's going. Let's get down to some streets of where this potential tornado could be. It's near Green River Road. This is in Wayne County, Ty Camp Road, Natchez Trace Parkway, the Camp Road, Pine Ridge Road, Sweetwater Branch Road. It's going to be near 48 Creek Road, Robertson Branch Road, Factory Creek Road, Double Branch Road, Little Shawnette Road, down. It's really just north of the Collinwood area right now is where that rotation would be at. And literally between Waynesboro and Collinwood. So if you live in this area right in here, you need to take your tornado precautions because that's where it is headed. And it is headed fast at 45 miles per hour. So that's the tornado warning there, again, for Lawrence and Wayne County. And that's going to be in effect until 6:30. And then we've got this other one here. That's for Clay. Yep, go ahead.
Expired, you said. In other words, they put out the new severe thunderstorm warning that included Macon County, but there's nothing saying that they're expiring the tornado warning right now. It said till 6:15, and I haven't seen anything new on that, although they did overlap it, as you were pointing out, with a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, good to know. So that's good to know. So we're going to keep the tornado warning going for this. So we've now have 2 active tornado warnings during this evening. It's for this one for Clay and Macon until 6:15. Then we got Lawrence and Wayne. That's until 6:30. Now I want to zoom and look at this to see where the greens and reds would be in this one. And it is hard to tell. Okay, there we go. Probably around Waynesboro somewhere. Or not Waynesboro, Red Boiling Springs, between Red Boiling Springs and Camellia is where this potential tornado could be, as you look right in here. And if we put a tracker on this of where it's headed, I mean, there's the bulge in the radar there. It's going to be headed that way. So some areas that it's going to go over potentially, and what you need to do is take your tornado precautions in Miles Crossroads. I would do it right now. Lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Bowles, do it now. 611. Denton Crossroads, 611. Richville, 614, Salina, 622, Thompson Store, 627, and then Paytonsburg. You would see this at 629. Again, tornado warning in effect for the next 13 minutes up in this area. And although it's hard to see, you never know what's rotating at this point. You see this tornado warning here, and anything along this could have possible rotation with it, although it looks like it's elongating. If anything, it'd be up in this area. It'd be more near Gamelia where I'm starting to see some rotation in this storm. So right up in here, yeah. It looks like it's Kentucky. It's holding the Kentucky-Tennessee state line here. So again, we're talking about Gamelia here. There's Red Boiling Springs. It's right in between the green, wind going to the radar, red, wind going away. When you see them touching like that, that's where that potential rotation would be. So near Gamelia is where it would be, which is right near, it's just north of 52. I mean, this is moving, basically into, they should be issuing a tornado warning potentially up in southern Kentucky too. This is for Macon, and then it's moving into Clay County here, and then the severe thunderstorm warning, I believe, is for, parts of southern Kentucky too. So we've got that tornado warning. Want to get down here to this one because it looks like this one is an interesting looking one too. Here we are, right in here. It's got a little bulge. Let's look at the green and red, still with it, still together. Let's look at debris just to see if anything's happening. Can't see anything too much there. But again, this is going to be just east of Waynesboro, and really north of Collinwood, but also east of Collinwood at this point. But this is about to cross over this, potential rotation into Lawrence County. So, Lawrence County, get prepared for this. This is going right into you. It's right over, right between Waynesboro, Collinwood, and Wayne County. But this is pushing east, and wow, look at, you can see all that damage right now. Yeah, go ahead.
This is going to start passing by. So it looks like by Noah's Landing, by Insurance Bluff, plenty of different cemeteries. You've got the Wisdom Cemetery, Payne Cemetery. But what I want to point out is if this holds together, it is going to be passing through David Crockett Park, not Davy, David Crockett Park,
Yep.
along with Halfway Market. It's going to pass through a Dollar General on 355, Gandy Church of Christ. But something else was that it looked like it was going to pass close to the Columbia State Community College. So again, that's kind of the trajectory that this storm is on right now.
Okay, good to know. Yes, I want to make sure that too and make sure we're okay with this, but I want to make sure we see this down here. This is the storm track on this one. Now, this is tornado warn, Doppler radar indicated. There's the green. That's the wind going to the radar. The red is the wind going away. This is over in Wayne County now, but moving into Lawrence County. And just to let you know some places it will be, Sims Ridge, almost on top of you right now. Hopefully you're down in the lowest level center of a room with no windows. Down here in the south, we haven't had any tornado warnings really yet. So this is air mass that was just like the air mass that was over in Clarksville, over in Hendersonville, over in Gallatin and Davidson County where we got the tornado. Potentially this could easily drop down a tornado. So Spring Creek, 614, Center, 617, you see this, Lawrenceburg, you've got less than 20 minutes now to get down the lowest level center of a room with no windows. Etheridge, 625, Three Oaks, 628, Weekly, 632, and then it would be in Yoakley at about 641. So this storm we're watching right here, it looks like there's some greens, there's some reds with it. Let me look over in the radar here, the signature here, a little bit of bulge in it, but nothing, I can't see anything on debris tracker just yet. So again, tornado warning in effect for Wayne, Lawrence County till 6:30. We also want to go up to the northern stream because we have this one too for Clay and Macon. This is in effect until 6:15. Although we were talking about this earlier, it looked like the rotation was, along the Kentucky-Tennessee state line here, as you can see over in Clay County and then towards Gamelia too in Kentucky. And this would be moving north and east pretty quickly too. So just a heads up for you folks. In Gamelia, I hope you're taking your tornado precautions, and I hope all of you in these areas are taking your tornado precautions. Lowest level center of a room with no windows. So Cherry Crossroads, it's on top of you. Harlan Crossroads, about to be on top of you. Heastan 615, Vernon 623, and then it would be in Littoral at about 631 and Kettle at about 633. So again, we've got severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a tornado warning up in this area too for, again, Clay and Macon County. It looks like the bulk of this would be right in here. You can kind of see a little bit of a nose on this one too, right in this area here. And they just issued, guys, what we were talking about. They just went ahead and issued the tornado warning up in southern Kentucky. So it now includes Cumberland and Monroe counties in Kentucky. Okay, so just a heads up, guys. So we have that now. We have both tornado warnings here. That's what we were just showing, that it was basically along the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. And they're saying it's Doppler radar indicated at this point, but it's still there. So you need to, and I didn't mean to zoom that far, so I'm going to come right back out. You need to take your tornado precautions right now if you're in Gamelia. Gamelia, right on top of you right now, circling where it is. Here's the rotation. So as I go down to some streets here, it's right near over in Clay County, Little Trace Creek Road, Line Creek Road, Clementsville Road, Old Cemetery Pike. Now over in Kentucky, it's near Sugar Grove Road, Butler Road, East Main Street, Avondale Road, Beautiful Home Road, Harlan's Road, it looks like, Old Mulkey Road, Mill Creek Road, and then back over again in Clay County there's thing. And it looks like there could be a couple rotations now. It's an interesting looking signature right now. So let me just show you this again. This is the tornado warning in effect for Clay and Macon County till 6:15. We've got this other one because it's moving across till 6:30 for Cumberland and Monroe counties. So we've got these are Doppler radar indicated up here to the north. And then as we expand out here and I just show you the whole picture, you can see we've got storms now along a line here. So we've got storms all the way up from the Kentucky-Tennessee state line all the way down to the Tennessee, really looks like Alabama line as we see it. And then we got that secondary tornado warning down over Wayne and Lawrence County. Are you guys seeing anything in chat about any of these?
Danielle, they haven't said too much about anything besides that they just expired the tornado warning for Macon and Clay, but that's because it's moved to Kentucky. I want to tell you though, as far as landmarks go, now that this is getting closer to Tompkinsville, it really looks like we only have 3. We've got BG Timber, Beautiful Home Missionary Baptist Church, and then Triple G Worm Farm, which actually necessarily is a good thing because it looks like maybe there could be less people in this area in comparison to Gallatin and Hendersonville and some of those more populated areas where this tornado hit.
Right, which is good. But yes, okay, so they did expire that one over in Clay and Macon. So it's crossed over. So now we're focusing on Cumberland and Monroe counties here, as you can see. So this is really, getting, closer to the edge of where our viewing area is in Kentucky. But we have to watch this because it's right over Tompkinsville right now. And again, as I look at the greens and reds, you can see it right here. I mean, it's broad, but it's still here, right in this area here in particular. So let's zoom down to a few streets here. And this looks like Tompkinsville Bypass, Magnolia Street, Cave Springs Road, Ford Carter Road, Cemetery Road, Uncle John Road, Cloyd Road, Columbia Avenue up here, Big Sulphur Road, Rush Point, School Road, Thompson Road, Big Sulphur Road. We have to watch that as well. So again, that's the area that we'll watch. I mean, this is a storm. I think they're keeping with this because this is a storm that spawned the catastrophic tornado back over even in Gallatin and also into Hendersonville and even Davidson County. It's that same cell, unfortunately, that continues to persist and continues to spin. Now, I want to go back south because you see we still have heavy storms over Nashville, Brentwood. Nothing severe here. I want to point out near Franklin, also near Santa Fe. Nothing severe here. But then we go down south here, and this is the area of concern, the secondary one, moving into Lawrence County from Wayne County here. And you see a little bit of a bulge out here, so we'll have to watch this right in here. It's really paralleling 64 here, and if it keeps on this current path, Lawrenceburg, Etheridge, you're up next for this potentially tornado-warned storm. Now, it's Doppler radar indicated, but could still be there. And I want to show you again, just to see this. This is the rotation here, and you can see, and I'll circle into this and tell you some street names here carefully, but the southern storm here has been rotating just a bit. You can see it's right over 64, right in this area here. So I'm going to real quick do a storm tracker on this because these continue to move east and pretty quickly at about 45 to 50 miles an hour. So again, as we do this rotation, I mean, if it holds together, it goes from basically Spring Creek at 6:18 to Center 6:19, Lawrenceburg just under 10 minutes now before it's over you, Etheridge about 6:28, you're going to see this storm here, and then we're going to see this in Three Oaks at 6:31, and then would be in Linville at about 6:49, so that would be pushing into Giles County as well. So we'll have to watch both of these storms as they continue, and we have those tornado warnings out for that. So we've got that tornado warning for Lawrence and Wayne County until 6:30. We've also got the one up north here, and this is going to be for Cumberland and Monroe counties, and this is going to be until 6:30. Right now, it's centered over Monroe County, heading into Cumberland County next, but this is right near Tompkinsville area, and just east of Gamelia. So Gamelia should be okay. It's still going to be noisy for you, but in fact, where the actual rotation would be south of Tompkinsville here. So again, I'll show you this and zoom into this here for you so you can see this on Storm Tracker velocity product here. So here we go. There's the greens. There's the reds. You guys getting any reports of anything, by the way?
Danielle, they're not saying much about reports. I will tell you that it does look like there are some hail associated with this storm up in Tompkinsville.
Okay.
Looks like a little bit smaller than about an inch in diameter, so that's something to take note of. But we're also seeing some hail reported over closer to Wayne and Lawrence County. And we actually just got a message that says a wall cloud was reported looking south from West End Fire Hall in Lawrence County. Possible funnel is forming. The spotter can't decide exactly what's happening, but that's just something to note. That's down to the south.
Okay, so that's the southern stream. Let's go down to that one then real quick here and get right into it.
That's the storm that's moving from Wayne County into Lawrence County.
Okay, we're going to zoom down here for you and check it out. Okay, so this is going over 64. They're saying there's a potential wall cloud. If they have a potential wall cloud, the next thing after that could be the funnel that go down to the tornado. So I want to show you the greens and reds right in this area here. So these are really literally going to go towards Etheridge and Lawrenceburg here. And look at all the police activity. This is over in Hendersonville still, right? We're looking at that. That's not necessarily a good thing either. Okay, so here we go. We've got greens, wind going to the radar, reds, wind going away. When you see them linking up like this, that's why we have that tornado warning in effect till 6:30. For now, it's crossed into Lawrence County. Etheridge and Lawrenceburg, I need you to start taking your tornado precautions going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. No debris showing up on this just yet. However, as I zoom down, I want to talk about this is going to be paralleling 64. In fact, that's where the rotation is right now, kind of over 64 here. As you can see here, this is in Lawrence County. Right there's 64. It's literally going on top of it. Now, this could be swirling in the upper atmosphere, but we have to watch it because it can quickly touch down and become a potential tornado, okay? So let's zoom down to some streets here around this area because this is concerning now. We're around Waynesboro Highway. We're around Piney Road, North Hood Road. This is in Lawrence County. If I'm saying your street name, get down, lowest level, center of a room with no windows, and do it sooner than later because this could easily drop down a tornado. Right now it's Doppler radar indicated, but they have said they saw a wall cloud at some point earlier, maybe a minute or two ago. All right, see Greenwood Road. Let's see Waynesboro Highway. We've got Kelso Road. We've got Red Hill Center Road, Shotwell Road that we're watching, Granddaddy Road, Hudson Road, Red Hill Center Road, Valley Road, Midway Road. Again, this is going towards that area right now. And there's the greens and reds, as you can see right here. Looks like it might be trying to tighten a little bit. I don't like that. Just south of 64 right there. Let's see if there's anything on track. No, not seeing anything there yet. But we'll have to watch this. So we've got greens and reds. Again, this is going to be pushing into Etheridge and Lawrenceburg. And then if it holds together, this tornado warned storm, which I'll just show you this here. Again, it's Doppler radar indicated. This will be moving then into Giles County. So my friends in Etheridge to Lawrenceburg, start taking your tornado precautions now. If this continues on its current path, it would be heading towards Spring Creek at 617. Wow, look at all that damage out there over in Hendersonville. That is not good. Thinking about you guys. 624 in Lawrenceburg, 3 Oaks, 629. Good reminder to take your tornado precautions because that can happen. Pulaski, 646. Linville, 647. Cornersville, 658. It'll be in Petersburg, 711. This is that tornado warned storm, the southern stream in Lawrence County right now. It moved out of Wayne County. It's into Lawrence County now and pushing that way. And that's what they just did. They just issued it just for Lawrence County. It's still, at this point, Doppler radar indicated. So, yep, go ahead, Shelby.
Earlier, the thing that I was worried about is that this could be getting closer to Columbia State Community College. I still think that that could be the case. It's a little bit farther south now, but again, we're still going to be watching for that because it's right on the line of where this storm could kind of come through. But overall, we are going to continue to watch this storm coming in. Okay.
We're going to watch it. And Shelbs, I was going to say, you might need to get a mic, fixed mic, because you might have lost your battery or whatever. We've been on air. I mean, Shelby's been on air all morning long till now with us, and so is Davis Dillon. He's been here with me. And we are going to keep you guys safe and informed with what's going on. And we'll go over more landmarks, too, in just a second here. But yes, The tornado warning just includes Lawrence County right now. That's where I told you it moved out of it. Then we've got the secondary tornado warning that's over in Monroe County. This is going to be quickly pushing into Cumberland County, and this is in effect until 6:30. It's now 6:16 or 6:17 in the evening. So we're watching these cells. Remember, we've already had a lot of damage from some of these cells. Yep, go ahead, Shelbs.
Died. That's what happens when you're on the air this long.
Okay, so you want to go down to Lawrence County and do that? Yep.
Yes, that's
Go
what I
ahead.
was going to talk about. So some of those landmarks for Lawrence County, just like I suspected, it does look like it could get closer to the Columbia State Community College. That is where it could really just clip. It's a little bit more to the south, just south of the center of Lawrenceburg, but again, it's still on that Highway 43 and 64 kind of where they meet. Along with that, it looks like this storm, if it does move a little bit more northward, it could hit Lawrenceburg directly in downtown. So it could hit Lawrenceburg Golf and Country Club, Crockett Showell's Tubing Company. We could also get closer to the Walgreens downtown, the Cumberland Pediatric Dentistry, Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, the Shell Station downtown, Brass Lantern. And then if we hit downtown directly, again, there's a few spots like the Taco Bell, the McDonald's, the Hardee's. That's a few spots that I know people in Lawrenceburg might notice. Rick's Barbecue is one of these places. Again, that's really the main stretch into town. The Cozy Cabin Coffee. So these are all spots that should ring a bell, and you should be getting in your safe place because this storm is getting closer to you.
And I was going to say, and they said they're a little bit worried about this because there's a tiny circulation in western Lawrence County, so they're going to keep the warning. The good news is they said the instability has really dropped off, so we might be getting more into a wind threat mode, which would be wonderful. Not wonderful. I mean, it's still not good because we don't want damaging winds, but that's one thing that we'll have to watch for. Now, I am saying this. I want to look back here. There looked like there was a little circulation. If I look over here, there it is. If I look over here, there was a circulation right here. Now, this could be very high up, but it's in southern Wayne County that we'll have to look for and watch as well throughout these storms. And there's a cell there, so we'll watch that one as well. But right now, the big story is this. We've got a whole line of storms that's becoming linear here. And notice these warnings go from Kentucky all the way down to Lawrence County. Now, we have 2 tornado warnings that we're sticking with. By the way, that video you're seeing is live video coming out of Hendersonville. Our own My Owens is there, getting the damage and collecting what's going on in that area. But that was when we had the catastrophic tornado on the ground, started in Davidson, went to Hendersonville, went to Gallatin, and then this same tornado warning storm up in southern Kentucky is that same cell. So we still have to watch it because it's been spinning pretty much all afternoon and evening long. So I want to go back up to that storm, and I'll take you to that one first because it's Doppler radar indicated. It's now east of Tompkinsville. What I would tell you is it's still in Monroe County, but it's going to be heading into Cumberland County next, so just south of the Burkesville area, and then would head into Clinton County. So Albany, Kentucky, you would want to be ready to go if we continue this tornado warning. Right now, it's Doppler radar indicated. As I look at the greens and reds here, still, though, there is some action up this way, just south of the Tompkinsville area. You see the greens and reds, it's pretty broad, but it's there. I want to see debris. Does not look like there was anything on debris tracker up there. But as I circle this, I'm going to then zoom into this area here in particular over in Monroe County and just go over some streets where there could be some rotation, at least above you. And it looks like it's by Cap Harlem Road. If I'm saying your roads, please get down the lowest level center of a room with no windows, because this is the same storm that produced the catastrophic tornado and could easily cycle back down here. Big Sulphur Road, Heastan Chestnut Grave, Bradley, that just disappeared on me, Thompson Ridge Road, Bradley Springs School Road, Ned Jackson Road, Elizabeth Road, let's see, we've got Denton Murphy Lane. Okay, this is all coming to you, and they are flashing it, so I guess they're continuing it. They just kind of shrunk the aerial coverage on this, but they are keeping with the tornado. Again, zooming down more again into this, it's going to be near Big Sulphur Road, Center Point Road, Meredith Creek Road, Old Temple Road, Meshack Creek, Tooley Ridge Road, not far from you. And again, if I put a storm track on this one, because this would continue in our viewing area, let me do this here quickly for you all so you can see this. It would be going towards Vernon at about 625, so you need to take your tornado precautions. If you see your town name on this map right now, get down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. You're seeing that video there to you on the side of the screen. That's live video out of Hendersonville. This is the same cell that produced the catastrophic tornado in Hendersonville and Gallatin. So again, going towards Kettle at 636, Green Grove 643, Albany, you would see this at about 6:50 in the evening. So if you see any of your town names on here, be taking those tornado precautions now. You won't have a lot of time. These storms move, and they move pretty quickly. Yep, go ahead, Davis.
We'll go to Max 2 just briefly here. I'm looking at the Lawrence County storm, and just during the last frame, now I got to admit, the Nashville radar is a long way from it, but it's the closest one to it. And it doesn't seem like it has as much, the reds seem to disappear quite a bit. As you can, that's the most obvious thing if you're looking at a TV screen, you see those reds and greens, and the reds just seem to fade out. Now, I want to see if we get another scan on that. Now, we've never had a confirmed tornado out of that just yet, and but I'm hoping that that's showing some sort of sign of weakening. Okay, they are saying, Shelby was just looking online here, the Lawrence County storm has weakened, so unless something changes, we might be able to get rid of it. We'll maintain it until the bottom of the hour. So they are saying that it is weakening. So that last frame is not lying to me. Apparently, it's legit.
Okay, that's good to know. And I was going to say that's a good sign. And they were talking about the linear path of these storms becoming more linear. So that's some good news there. Oh, you can see some emergency crew going out and checking on people, it looks like right now as we speak. But I do want to show you the tornado watch. This is in effect until 11 p.m. still for areas east and south. So I don't want you to let your guard down just yet. Even though both cells look like the circulation may be weakening a touch, does not mean we don't, we still want to be prepared for this because there still could be storms that develop along the line of storms. And this is what we have here. So as you look at the major radar, it's becoming in a line. You see, it goes from Kentucky to the Tennessee-Alabama state, or Kentucky-Tennessee line, excuse me, all the way back to the Tennessee-Alabama state line. So this is the line of storms that we're watching. It's still going to be very noisy, could produce some hail, some damaging winds, and we do still have 2 tornado warnings with it. So I want to make sure we're watching that before and going back and forth between the two of them. So Davis had talked about that. The Lawrence County storm was weakening. Let's go back to the Cumberland, Monroe County ones. This is about to cross into Cumberland County. This is in effect until 6:30 in the evening. And this again is for Cumberland County, Monroe County. Now, as we look at the greens and reds, it's pretty broad in nature, but again, it's still there. And this is the actual one where it's at right in here. So it's just east of Tompkinsville. This would be heading directly towards Burkesville, Albany, Kentucky. So please take your tornado precautions now. Get ready for it. It's coming your way. And I'm just looking at this to see if they're saying anything about the storm here. They haven't. Yep, go ahead.
Go ahead and tell you while you're getting kind of an update. I'll go ahead and tell you some spots that this is likely to hit as it gets closer to Burkesville. So it looks like right now it's close to the Clyde Cemetery. You've got Cloyd's Landing. You've got Carey's Cemetery. And as this continues to push up kind of closer to the Cumberland River, as it continues to kind of ebb and flow, it looks like you could get close to the Alpine Resort in Burkesville. Also close to the Pizza Hut in Burkesville, Cumberland Valley Manor, Cumberland County Health Department. There's a Shell that's in the center of Burkesville. There's Tasty Foods, Cumberland County Hospital. You've got Norris and New Funeral Home, Cumberland County Bus Maintenance, Burkesville Handyman Services, Cumberland County High School, and that's moving up just a little bit farther north. But again, this storm has held itself together for so long. This is the same tornado that made its way through Nashville, that then made its way closer to Springfield, and then went over into Gallatin, into Hendersonville, and it's now crossing over. So again, these winds are extremely strong. This storm is going to continue to push through, and as it continues to move northeastward, it looks like it could get closer to Burkesville as it kind of saunters through Cumberland County.
Okay, and thanks, Shelby, for keeping us up to date with these. I love the landmarks. It really helps people to know where that potential rotation is. Just want to show you that live picture there in Hendersonville. That's New Shackle Island Road, completely blocked off. A lot of damage out that way. My Owns is out there for us. And of course, we'll get some live reports from her coming up, but we want to stay focused on the 2 tornado warnings because we got about 5 minutes on each one of them left. And then maybe we want to talk more about the damage. But until these get dropped, I want to make sure people know, because this is the storm that did the damage in Hendersonville, did the damage in Gallatin, and then even did some damage. It looks like there was some damage in Allensville, Kentucky. So we've been watching a lot of different areas that have been hit by tornadoes. We had one tornado hit Clarksville today in Davidson County. So there's a lot going on at this point, and I don't want to let up for anybody that needs to know. Vernon, you need to take your tornado precautions right now in Kentucky. Headed right to you. Stall Cup, very close to you, going to be there in about 4 minutes. Paytonsburg, 6:33. Burkesville, 6:37. And then we're going to see this in Shipley at 6:45. Albany, 6:50. Cumberland City, you would see this at about 6:56. So again, one of the storms we're watching, this is the one that's tornado warned until 6:30. The entire line is not severe anymore. Noisy storms for sure. It just passed by Nashville. So Nashville, you're about to be safe. I will tell you, if west and north of Nashville, right in this area here, you should be good to go. The tornado warnings or tornado watch here that we have to still watch. So far, it is maintaining, just general thunderstorms, except for down here to the south, over in Lawrence County. This is the other tornado warned storm that we have for Lawrence County until 6:30. Looks like they're going to issue a severe thunderstorm warning. I wonder what that one's for. I think it's probably up in southern Kentucky, if I had to guess. Yep. Okay. So it looks like they're going to, let's just see this real quick here. Yep. Okay. So they're going to probably drop, I'm guessing they're going to drop the tornado warning at 6:30 in just about 3 minutes or so for Cumberland and Monroe counties. And they're going to replace it here with a severe thunderstorm warning that will include also Clinton County. So just a heads up. And that would be for wind gusts to 60 miles an hour at least. Looks like there'll be some hail with this one too. Yeah, it's for, yep. It's a 50 though, still hauling 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, guys. So just to let you know, once these tornado warnings go down, you got 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That can still do a lot of damage.
Danielle,
Yep.
I just want to confirm they are expiring the tornado warning for Lawrence County as well. Like we figured they would because it was weakening, but they were officially saying, but they're saying they're closely watching a storm in Lauderdale County, Alabama. Now that could move northward up into Giles County. And so they're watching that one very closely right now. But the Lawrence County one's about to expire here, or I guess they're considering it expired even before 6:30. So, and it sounds like from what you're gathering, I know you asked Louisville and they never answered you, but if they were going to get rid of the tornado warning, but I guess we can assume by the fact they're putting out a severe thunderstorm warning that I guess the answer is yes. That one's going to expire. But I tell you what, if y'all wanted to take Max 2 just for 1 second, I want to show you that wide view. Danielle was sort of explaining this to you, but here's a wide view right now. If we take a look at that, and you can see the line of storms now, generally getting east and southeast of Nashville, moving through Columbia. Murfreesboro, you hadn't gotten any storms yet, and they're about to get to you here shortly. Luckily, we don't have any warnings down upstream heading your way, but that could end up changing. A lot of lightning and thunder. And you can see how the northwestern half of our viewing area no longer has the storms, and I'll show you the updated tornado watch. They've been chipping off the counties. Soon my computer will load. May have to reboot this thing, but you can see a lot of the counties to the west and northwest have been chipped off of that particular thing. So Danielle, I'm going to throw it back to you, and I'm sort of assuming that maybe we go back to regular programming. I know our news department, I want to say, is out right now investigating a lot of damage. You saw the pictures from My Owens. A lot of people are looking into at least the large explosion that we heard about here in Nashville. We showed you on the air with that Tennessee Department of Transportation camera there. So we've got a lot of news folks that are out in the field, and I'm not sure if we're going to go ahead and do any kind of news reporting or not right now, or whether we're going to just go back to programming. But Danielle, I'm going to toss it back to you for now.